All right, so the weather's been kind of crappy, and we've been asked this question a few times by some of our friends and viewers. So we thought we'd give you a tour of our 2018 381 TH Montana.
Let's go check it out.
So, first thing we wanted to show you was our really spacious front living room. So as you can see, we've got lots of room up here. Lots and lots of space.
Yeah, when we first brought the camper home, we had a little party, had all of our friends come over and check it out. We had 10 people up here, and it still didn't feel crowded.
No, we were really comfortable.
There's seating for 8, and then we had like 2 people standing by the fireplace, which one of the best features that we love is this fireplace. Like,
yeah, no, the electric fireplace is fantastic.
Yeah, real big propane saver. Like if you're at a place that's got electric, that electric fireplace is phenomenal for keeping the camper heated without hearing that real loud furnace going all the time.
Right, and our beautiful panoramic view of most of the parks we go to is just stellar. So having the front living space has been really nice for that.
Help you take in a lot of the views and stuff around.
And that's why we're camping. I mean, that's why we're touring the country, and is to see all of these things. So to wake up and be able to sit down and have your morning coffee and be able to have that view is what we wanted.
And as you probably noticed, there isn't a TV readily apparent in here. It's because it drops down behind the fireplace. There's a switch right on the side, brings the TV all the way up. So we can sit here and watch TV when we've got electric. And it's got the antenna on the roof, plus the Roku and the cable hookup. So really cool to have this here. And then when you're done watching TV, it just drops right back down.
So one of the things we've really tried to do with living in the camper, it is a small space, is we really want to make it look homey. So Lagatha and Daddy have a couch. Lagatha's got her own toy bin back here, but most important, we have pictures hanging up on the wall. Some of the same pictures that we had in our house. So it's home. It makes it feel real to us. This is our home.
Yeah, and being the tech nerd in the family, one of the things that I was big on was having reliable internet, both for the thermostat that we've upgraded to, and because we run the YouTube channel, we need a way to upload our videos so that you guys can sit there and watch them every time that we post them, because you guys are such loyal fans, and we really appreciate that. But we have our internet router here, runs on the T-Mobile network. We'll put a link for that in the description, so if you guys are looking for it, it's about $100 a month. 100% unlimited, zero throttling at all, really reliable. I'd say it's probably worked 95% of the time.
95% of the time.
When it doesn't work, it's because we don't have signal
at all.
We don't have signal on our AT&T phones either. So usually when we're out in a national park or something like that. But as long as you're relatively close to civilization, you've got a reliable internet connection.
I think the only time we've really had a big problem was when we were in Hot Springs.
Right, in the lower end of the valley.
Lower valley, yeah.
With hanging up all of our pictures and stuff like that, we use a lot of Velcro. So if you're gonna do the RV life, I would say get yourselves a nice big roll of Velcro, because you are going to use it. Yeah. So let's go check out the kitchen. That's more Loretta's domain.
This is my domain.
Yep, she was a stickler on this model this year in particular. We could have gotten a newer camper, but we got this model because she was a stickler on the kitchen layout. So I'm gonna let her go through all that with you.
Alright, so I was really kind of a stickler about the kitchen because I have never once had a small kitchen. And I do a lot of cooking. I know Doug likes to tease me that I only really cook once a week, but I don't. I do cook a lot. So.
Pizza rolls is not cooking.
But having space in the kitchen was really important. It is a small house, so I didn't want it to feel claustrophobic. So we've got our stove and oven over here. Everything's micro when it comes to them, but we do have a standard size microwave. Back here we put in shelving so that I have quick access to a lot of my spices, because as you can see, the shelves are really tall. I don't reach a lot of that stuff. So we always have a step ladder here. But for my quick access stuff, it's right here. Same thing, you only have 4 drawers in this entire kitchen, so a place for your utensils. We did the same thing. We just grabbed a bucket off of Amazon, and we have a little hook that we used because command strips and hooks and Velcro has saved the day in this camper. But like this, that bucket stays there on the counter at all times, so we don't have to worry about moving it or finding it a home when we're driving. But we do also have a residential refrigerator because, again, we live in here. So having that space in the refrigerator has been kind of important. And a table. obviously for our eating, but we liked the idea of having a standard table instead of a booth, so that was one of the features that we really liked about this camper as well.
So also in the dining room, multi-use space, just like every RV has. It's our dining room, and it's also our office. So we do all the video editing in here. We do all of our blog posts are right here at the table. Behind the screen for the computer, we have a DeLong high heater that we added to the camper. Mounts right to the wall. That way it saves you some propane, and it keeps this room a little bit warmer, because this is our big drafty room,
right,
like every RV has. For us, it's the kitchen because of the size of the slide, and it's the main in and out of the house. Another thing that we added to the kitchen, you can see it there behind Loretta on our coffee counter, our bonus space, is our Reflectix, because we have the air fryer, which I was dead set against, because the whole world, the whole world was preaching that you had to have one. So we were like, nope, not getting one. Then our friends Nate and Alex let us borrow one, and then we were hooked.
We were hooked. That was it. No turning back. There was a slight learning curve with learning how to cook in it, but we love it. We use it very frequently.
But the Reflectix is back here because it does eject the hot air out the back of the thing. So it was getting this rear panel a little bit warm, and the air was hitting the backsplash and coming around and actually heating up Loretta's garden. So we put a little sidewall on that. So
right, when the heat was coming around. So over here I've got my Aero garden. This started off, and actually I've got more growing now, because I find you just can't find tomatoes the same in any other state except New Jersey. New Jersey does tomatoes right, and I was not willing to sacrifice tomatoes. Probably my all-time favorite fruit. But now I've got some dill and some tomatoes growing, and we love this thing. There's always something going on in here, whether it's an herb or a vegetable. We've always got something going on in here. So when the heat was coming around from the back of the air fryer, it was killing the plants, so we couldn't let that happen.
also right here on our bonus counter is the control for our built-in generator. It's right here so that, you know, when it is nasty outside and you lose power, we do have the built-in generator, which was my stickler, my sticking point. I was getting the built-in generator because, let's face it, we know whose job it's going to be to go out and start the generator, and I didn't want to be out there pulling a generator that's not starting. So come in, hit the button, fire it up, and we're good to go. Generator has worked flawlessly. If you've seen some of our other videos, you understand that we've had an issue with battery charging and dead batteries and all kinds of stuff
but
like that.
But not the generator.
The generator has worked flawlessly for us, though.
One of the things we loved about this layout was the openness and space in this kitchen. Because the ceilings are so much higher, you get a feeling that you're in a bigger space than you really are. And by having the opening into the upstairs front living, you have
visually it's bigger.
Visually it's bigger. You have separate space, but at the same time it is conjoined. We can all each sit in a different room and not be bothering each other, but we're still, like, it still gives that open floor concept. All right, so when we head up the stairs over here, we've got the master bedroom and the bathroom over here. But one of the things that we added was a coat rack, because we've noticed that the only place to hang your coat was on the back of a chair. It just made everything feel really cluttered and less homey. So we found putting up the coat rack really helped us out with that, and it gave everything a home. Being in a camper, everything has to have a home. So why don't we go check out the master bedroom? Master bedroom in a camper is never big. But that's one of the things that you sacrifice. You're not spending a ton of time in the bedroom, but we do have a standard queen size bed in here. We've got a decent amount of closet space here. If you've read my article about our hanger problem, though, in this camper, you will see that we had to buy junior size hangers. We'll make sure that we put the link in the description for you. But we do have, and we can fit a ton of stuff in here. We really can. We've got an extensive wardrobe with us. All right, as we come around the bottom of the bed here, we do see that we've got two big closet spaces here. This was originally set up to be the washer dryer hookups, something we sacrificed. Most of the campgrounds we go to have a washer and dryer or a laundry room, and we did that so that Lagatha could have her own bed without having to be in our bed all of the time. So this closet space is dual access. You can access it from the bathroom or you access it from the master bedroom. We took the doors off in the bedroom so that Lagatha could have her own bed and her own space so that she's not up in our bed. So one of the other upgrades that we did was the thermostat. Doug changed out and added an upgraded thermostat because this one links to his phone. We get alerts sent when the temperature gets too hot or too cold. We can turn up the heat or turn on the AC for Lagatha if she's home here by herself. We actually did a tour of the Micro Air company where they're manufactured, and Doug wrote a great article about that, so we'll make sure we put the link for that in there. But they're a great company. The people there were fantastic, small. There weren't too many people working there. It was great. They're handmade, and everybody there was really, really awesome and happy to give us the tour.
All right, so the bathroom, another really cool room because it's actually a full-size bathroom. It does have this weird pivot door, which does take a little getting used to. All the youngins that come into our camper love it for some reason. But in a bathroom, you can actually fit a full-size human in the shower. We actually upgraded the shower mixing valve in the shower for 2 reasons. That single valve goes through a lot of water for no reason. You get the single valve, you have to go all the way through the cold before you get to the hot, so it wastes a lot of hot water. This single valves, you can turn on the hot just a little bit, you can turn down the cold instead of turning up the hot. Makes it a lot more efficient. The hot water lasts 3 times as long. Upgraded our shower head to a low flow shower head, so when you're boondocking or you're running on your tank water, your hot water lasts a lot longer, so you can finish a shower, which then Loretta's not complaining, she's still got shampoo in her hair. Makes my life a lot easier. So there you guys have it. That's been the grand tour of Chateau de Velting.
We really hope you enjoyed the tour. We enjoy having you guys along for the ride. YouTube was really never part of the plan.
No, our son Jaden and his best friend Mike actually are the ones that talked us into doing it. It's certainly not to get rich, because I think we've made like $4.76 at this point.
That's right. But we really do love and appreciate the fact that you guys like our videos and subscribe to the channel. And
sharing it on social media so our channel grows a bit. We really love having you guys along for the ride. Doing the YouTube videos gives us something to do on these rainy, crappy days. Because it's, believe it or not all glitz and glamour living in your camper.
No, and it's not always out and doing and having, extravagant fun all the time. It is always an adventure.
Always an adventure, and don't tell her I said this, but being stuck in the same room as your wife 24/7 isn't always great. So we're going to give you guys a little bit of a truthful video on what it's actually like to be living in your camper 24/7. Because at this point we're like 9 months into it.
9 months into living in the camper full time, yeah.
4 months on the road now. So there's been a couple things that we've kind of figured out on the fly, and some stuff that we thought we had figured out and had to reinvent the wheel on.
And some more things that we're still working on figuring out.
So I'll bring you guys that video when we get around to it. But in the meantime, keep subscribing, liking, and sharing. And stick around for the rest of the ride. And we'd love to hear you guys' feedback on it. If there's something you want to see about the camper or any questions you want to ask, feel free to drop us a comment and we'll be happy to talk to you.
That's right.